Welcome back. The federal government remains shut down, entering day 14 now. The Senate is set for its 8th vote to fund the government at around 5:30 p.m. later today.
Want to make a bet what happens?
I'm going to say they're not going to reopen the government.
No, while Democrats refuse to reopen the government, they are keeping busy, though, staging protests. And so here to discuss what it's going to take to end this shutdown, we are joined now by South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Good morning to you. So, Congresswoman, Democrats just refuse to budge. And this weekend, we're going to see their big No Kings protest to fire up their base. I mean, do you think they're waiting for this protest, or do you think they actually have a plan to get out of this thing?
Oh, I think they're definitely waiting for the protest, which means our troops aren't going to be paid because of the No Kings protest, which is super ironic because they're the ones that installed Kamala Harris, who didn't get a single vote to be the presidential nominee for Democrats last year. And they bestowed her queen, right, of the matriarchy. So that to me is very ironic. But I don't think we get back into reopening the government until after this protest, until after President Trump fires some government employees. I think that's what's going to take.
And I want to get back to something you just brought up, that our active servicemen and women are not going to get paid.
Correct.
Democrat or Republican, doesn't matter who you voted for. The people that are serving our country are not going to get paid because of that. You'd think that Democrats would eventually budge for that reason alone.
Well, and you look at an E1 who has a wife and kids or husband and children and family of 4. That soldier, that E1, is making $26,000 to $27,000 a year. They're on food stamps or have WIC. They can't make it without getting paid. And so they're living below the poverty line while they're risking their lives for our country.
Yeah, I do think they're getting paid tomorrow because I think they're moving some money around.
Yeah,
but after that, it's over with. Yeah.
Well, I think President Trump got money in the Treasury with some of the customs revenue and tariffs.
But if this goes on and on and on.
Right, but the Democrats have put us and put the president in this situation. I have reached out to financial institutions to make sure that no one gets their car repoed or they don't lose their homes while this is happening, to make sure that they're made whole.
Because South Carolina has such a huge military component. So I do want to keep in that, though. So Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, calling his members back to Washington for a meeting to figure out how do we move this process forward. I mean, it seems pretty simple. This is the budget they voted for last year. It was signed by their president, or the Democrat president of the United States at the time. I don't see what's hard about this. What's to negotiate? You already did this.
They voted for this same clean CR 13 times previously. This is not about the budget or spending or health care. This is all about Chuck Schumer getting primaried by a former bartender from the Bronx, AOC. He's just worried about the far left who are going to be voting in that primary. That's all this is about, and she's going to beat him anyway.